Hello everyone and a very warm welcome to this information evening about the agriculture programme at the Barony course. My name is Heather Kerr and I am the programme leader here. So I'm going to be going through some information about our courses, our different entry points, and then a little bit about how we teach, the sort of things that you'll learn, and then if you do want to progress, the sort of things that you will learn in the course. There is a Q&A function, so any questions that you have got as we go along, feel free to type them in. Got another member of staff there that will try and answer those questions as you go along, and then we'll circle back at the end and do any questions. So I'll just get started. So the campus that I work at is Barony Campus. It's not the only campus that we have at SRUC. There's a number of different sites and a number of different courses that you can study with us at SRUC, but the one we are going to be focusing in on tonight is agriculture. So within the agriculture programme, we have got 3 main entry points that you will be considering joining the programme at. Oh, sorry, pressed the wrong button. So the first level of entry we have is the SVQ level at SVQ level 5, and this is our apprenticeship option. And I'll talk about each option in more detail later on. Then our next, so that's a part-time study option. Then our full-time study, the next option we have is NC agriculture as an entry point, or HNC agriculture. And HNC is the equivalent of the first year of the degree. So no matter if you are intending to do a HNC to study for 1 year, or if it is the full degree that you want to do, those classes run in parallel and they are equivalent to each other. So the main sort of course areas that we study, no matter what level we're at, we just build on detail, is livestock production. So that is one of the areas that I teach on to, and a number of other members of the team. We have got farm on site. We're just about to kick off with lambing. That's something that the students will be getting involved with. We've also got the dairy cows as well, and students get involved in all sorts of things from milking in the parlour to getting calves ready for showing and clipping, all those sorts of things. And then we also learn about the livestock in the classroom as well. Then we've got our crops and our grassland. Again, study that at all levels. So we study, again, theory in the classroom. Students will go out and do crop walks, and we've also got our own student plot area where students do trials and are able to see a number of different crops growing. Then there's business management. So this is the one that we do touch on at all areas, but it really gets going more if you stay on to the HND or higher level of the course. And then finally, machinery that we look at all levels of the course. So getting you out, getting you onto the tractors with Stuart, one of our instructors, and Andrew, and learning about how to not just drive the tractor safely, but how to maintain it, how to attach implements, all those sorts of things. So those are the 4 main core areas that you will learn about no matter what type of qualification that you've got. And then embedded into all of those different areas, we've also got the environmental impact as well and how we can try to minimise that. So as I said, practical is a really big part of our offering here. We've got the farm on site, so students in the morning, well, if they're on a practical day, go and meet out at the boot room, and the instructors will meet there, go into their different groups, and do all sorts of different practicals. We're just about to kick off lambing time, so that is going to be the big thing that all our NC and HNC students will be taking part in over the next few weeks, working with the tractors and implements that we've got available. The picture on the screen here is some students getting involved with ploughing. So it is a working farm that we are on. So we try and get the students involved with what is just the routine jobs that do need to get done in the farm, and try and have you doing as many of them as we can so that you're building up all of your practical skills. And here are just some pictures of some students doing practicals. So we've got everything from, we've got some sheep shearing and dozing going on here, getting ready for the winter show, doing some machinery work. And this one here is Baggy, one of our instructors, harvesting the plots. And we have some competitions based around these where you can win some pretty good prizes as well. And we've added some more practicals as well. So as I said, the student plots and our winter show are two of those sort of key cornerstone ones that students really like to get involved with, go into groups and try and see which group can grow the most grass or get their heifer looking the best for the show. So we're going to start talking about some of the different programs that we have got. So our SVQ level 5, and then you can go on to study SVQ level 6. These are our part-time courses. So for this one, you would come in for 5 blocks. So 4 of those blocks would be before Christmas and 1 after. And you'd be down with us for 4 days, and it's a Monday to Thursday you come down with us. The course starts at the end of August, and our only requirement for this one is that you need to have a full-time job, need to be employed by somebody on a farm, and they need to be willing to let you work with us, work with you, to be learning, keep developing your skills, and be able to come to college on those block releases. As part of your course, you'll also get 2 enhancements as well. So 2 short courses that could be a ticket to help you with your job. There's another age requirement to this one. It's the only course that's got the age requirement. So you need to be between 16 and 24 at the end of August. So when you're on campus with us, there'll be a mix of time when you're outside doing some different practicals. We might take you on a visit to a farm, the market, a vet lab, something like that that is linked to what you're studying. And then there'll be some time in a classroom, learning some theory, going through your folders and writing down your evidence. Also got 2 members of staff that will come out and visit you on farm as well, see what you're up to and see what you've been learning on farm. Then we have got our national certificate. So it is our full-time course, and it is comprised of quite a number of small units. So again, looking at all these different sorts of areas that you would expect. So crops, grassland, mechanisation, livestock. So we'll look at sheep, beef and dairy production. We'll look at farm records and keeping them right. And with assessments with this one, there's no big assessments. There's quite a number of assessments, but they're small assessments. You complete them as you go through the year. So sometimes it's doing a practical out on farm, could be a short quiz, could be a report, all of those sorts of things. So those are some previous students out on a farm visit. So the entry requirements for this level that we look for are core skills at level 4, 2 Nat 5s, but most importantly, an interest in agriculture. That goes a long way to helping you succeed, being really interested in the topic that you're studying. The next one is HNC. So it is what is termed as a next gen qualification. So what that means is a couple of years ago, we had the opportunity to revalidate, and we were able to have a focus on a few of these certain areas. So we were having less assessment load, which you'll be pleased to hear. And we've got fewer larger units. So we're much more integrated now with how we teach things, and there's a focus on skills development. So we've added in a work placement. Our HNC students are about to go on work placement in 2 weeks' time. So just at the start of March, and they have the opportunity for 6 weeks to be able to work on a farm. So there's lots of students going to do lambing and calving placements. That's always popular. But we've got lots of other students that are going to do many different things, work in dairy farms, some that are more interested in machinery. I've got some jobs on some arable farms doing some work. So it's all about learning those skills, but in a practical way. And also incorporating digital throughout that as well. So these are the units that are part of it. So we've got crop and livestock are our biggest main units. So we need to teach you all of the basics on them. Then we have got mechanisation, professional practice and skills. So that's the one where you do your work placement and you do all of your skills when in your practicals when you're at college. And then we've got 2 smaller units, which are specialist farming systems and diversified enterprise and rural business. So with those, we go to see lots of different interesting businesses and see what they are doing. For that one, the entry requirements are 2 hires at C, preferably a geography or science subject, and Nat 5, A to C level English and maths. And just now, so that's me covered the different entry points. I'm now going to do a quick overview of, if you do continue to stay on, what subjects that you would be able to study in the subsequent years. So after a HNC, our next level qualification is the HND, the Higher National Diploma. So for them, we build on what you have learned on livestock and business management. Professional development, again, is looking at work placements and building your skills there. And then we have a much bigger focus on business. So we think about economics, marketing and finance, looking through accounts and budgets, that sort of thing. And then we've got our smaller module, which we look at integrated trees on farms. Throughout this, we look to take you to lots of different interesting businesses and visits. So these are just some examples on the screen here. And we've had HND students that we've taken on study tours before. So we've went to the likes of Northern Ireland, down to the north of England, places like that to see things a little bit different. And again, within both these levels of qualification, we're looking to develop your skills to make you as employable to go and work within the agriculture industry as we can. So HND level is very much focusing towards farm management and other roles around the industry as well, but understanding how the agricultural business is managed. So then you can stay on to do the degree if you want to keep studying. So the third year of the degree starts to think a bit more about research skills and being able to do that. We think more about economics and bring in rural policy. Then we've got integrated farming systems, which is looking at livestock and crop production and thinking about the integration of those systems. Students at the moment are working on learning how to create carbon audits. Then we've got professional agricultural investigation, where students can really investigate a specific topic. And then if you continue on to fourth year, so that would be your honours year, you would do an honours project. So that can be in the form of a dissertation, doing some research, or can be in the form of a work placement. The other modules are within that are communication, climate change solutions, topical issues in agriculture, and again, there are some elective choices as well. So no matter what level of course it is that you do, there are a huge amount of opportunities within the agricultural industry. The industry is a really interesting and really vibrant industry, and it is one that is looking for as many young people as it can get to come and work within our industry. So we've got students that go to do a huge range of different jobs. So a lot do go to work in farms, but it's by no means the only career that students from our courses go into. Some go into the more machinery side of things. Some people work as land agents, crops trials, nutritionists, agronomists, huge number of different jobs there that you can do as part of our programmes. So these are the contact details of the different members of the team. I'll leave that up on the screen so you can email any of us and we'd be more than happy to talk to you about the programme, or if you phone into the number which is the Barony reception number, somebody will put you through to one of us, or we will give you a call back and be more than happy to talk to you about the course and answer any questions that we've got. But it looks like there's maybe a few questions in the Q&A there. So we can just have a look through them. And if you've got any questions, please add them in.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Heather. So yes, as you said, so we do already have a couple of questions here. So one of them says, I don't come from a farming background. I am keen to get experience. How do I find some practical volunteering on a farm? It's been suggested that I should join a young farmers group. Do you know much about? I'm currently 15 and will be 16 in November, but everyone in the groups look like a lot older. So do you know anywhere where I could volunteer?
So yeah, young farmers is a great way to start to get to know people and get to hear about opportunities. Young farmers, I think they start from when they're 14. So most of our students are 15 is the youngest of our students. 15, 16 and 17 years old is usually the age that they come to us at. And they're already at young farmers then. So I wouldn't let age put you off going to young farmers. I'm sure you have got a local club, and usually about at least twice a year they run new members nights, which would be quite a good one to go along to, because there'll be other people in your shoes as well that don't really know people and are going along to get to know people. And again, at young farmers clubs, it's not just people that are from farming backgrounds, it's really diverse. So that would be a good place to start and get to know people. Sometimes putting out some things on, there's groups on some of the social media pages where you sometimes see people posting looking to try and find experience, and they're able to connect with local farmers that way.
Perfect, thank you. We'll move on to the next question. If you successfully complete the NC, can you automatically progress onto your agency course? Many thanks.
Yes, that's right. So if you pass the NC, you are able to apply for the HNC course, and as long as you pass your NC, you'll be accepted onto your HNC qualification.
Thank you. And the next question we've got here says, as one of the hires for the agency, do you count higher health and technology or scientific technology as one of the higher subjects?
That's not a hire that I'd ever heard of before. But yes, we do prefer one of a science or geography. But if you put your application in, then we will look at it. But it's 2 hires. So
Perfect, thank you. So Ashlyn is one of the lecturers, has just put in a note here that said, if joining the NC lacking of farming background isn't an issue, he was a townie too and has been in the agriculture since was 19. That's lovely, thank you.
yeah, very good point made there. We do have students that haven't really been on farms before, and it is our job to take you onto our farm and get you doing the practicals, and then you'll meet other people within the industry as part of the course as well.
Lovely. The next question I've got here actually links to that. It says, can we come and see the facilities?
Yes, you are very welcome. So we do run open days as well. I don't know off the top of my head exactly when
It's
our
the
next
15th of May. 15th of May.
15th of May. So as part of our open days, we do run tours where you can see the inside, but also get a walk around the farm as well. Meet more of the team. It's just me tonight, but we are quite a big team. So meet the team and yeah, see what the course is all about and see what the campus is like.
Yes.
But if you're not able to come to that, please get in touch and we'll be able to show you around at another date as well.
Yes, just on that, just to back it up as well, Heather, the if you wish to come along to that, you're more than welcome to book it now. So if you go to our website onto the open days section, you'll be able to book your place there and hopefully see us on that date. So we've got another one here. It says, through the apprenticeship course, are you able to apply for accommodation? And for the NC, what accommodation is there?
Okay, so 2 different answers to that one. So for the SVQs, what quite often happens is we have got Peril, who is the accommodations manager. So we tend to be full with full-time students who live here when the accommodation on site. So when you're on SVQs, the ones that are a bit further away quite often stay in Dumfries, so they're not that far away. And then they'll come into us during the day. And then with our full-time students for the NC, quite a few of them do stay on campus, so you would apply and generally say apply as early as you can, because although we've got just over 60 rooms available, they do fill up quite quickly and we end up with a waiting list. So if you do want to join us, get your application in to Peril to help guarantee your room.
Perfect. So we'll just give it probably another minute or so in case if anyone else would like to add any more questions, but I'll just take this opportunity as well to mention to everyone who's joined us this evening, you will receive an email with the link with the recording of the session, and you've got all the contact details on the screen there in case if you want to get in touch, or if there's anything else sort of related to admissions or funding, you can also email us at study@sruc.ec.uk and the team will be able to help as well. So I believe that is it for questions so far. So we'll probably just end the session for now. So I would just thank everyone that joined us this evening, and thank you very much, Heather, for all the information. We hope that you found that helpful, and thank you very much. Have a good evening all.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thanks.